Good evening, everyone. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight as we honor our student athletes at the Fall Sports Awards Ceremony for the 2023 fall season. Really appreciate you being here, and we're going to honor them for the accomplishments that they've had in the fall, and they've done a tremendous job. We've got great kids, they work hard, and we're going to give out awards and all that good stuff tonight. Before we do that, though, I'm going to invite Valerie Hunt up here to give the invocation.
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, you are awesome, holy, and mighty. As we celebrate the achievements of the athletes gathered here tonight, we give thanks to you, all love. Thank you for the talents and abilities you have blessed us with. Thank you for the bonds you've allowed us to create with our teammates and coaches. And thank you most of all for loving us and guiding us through all that we do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen.
At this time, we're going to get this thing started with Coach Lopez and Coach Cooper talking about the cross-country season.
Hello. When I first got here, I really didn't know what to expect as far as cross-country. I had done some cross-country back home. But as you can see, if you look at my shape, I don't look much like a cross-country person. But I had done some cross-country back home, and when Coach Dahl asked me, I said, well, sure. The season was started fast and running. I got to know the kids a little bit. They probably thought I was a little bit crazy with some of the things I had them do. But we got better. Each district meet, and the kids started to buy in, and we started having some success. But you kids got to buy in, and all these kids are to be commended because they were up early, 5 o'clock, 5:30, practice, and then they go home shower, they go to band, and they do this, and they do that. So it's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't really get to see those kids, and I'm really proud of them. I thought they had a great season. We had some qualifiers, and we're going to have a couple of state qualifiers next year for sure. I couldn't do this, obviously, by myself. Everybody knows this young man next to me. He has to demo a lot because I'm a little bit up in age, so he demos a lot of the things that I was trying to get the kids to do. But everybody knows Cooper, and I'd like to give him a round of applause. One of the very first kids that we like to acknowledge is Deamorous Jones. She was our JV sophomore district champion that we ran at Andrews. I don't think she's here tonight. We had a senior runner, Amadi Dunbar. I promise I did tell them about sports. Our next runner is Miriam Franco. She's a sophomore. The next young lady we'd like to recognize, Miss Cadence Sanchez. Our next young lady, she's a freshman. She does all kinds of sports. Miss Leah Santiago. young lady we'd like to recognize is a senior. She helps us out also with our basketball team. And she's all over the school. She belongs to all kinds of activities around here, Miss Natalie Michelle. The next young lady we'd like to recognize, she is a multi-sport athlete. She plays volleyball. She plays, I believe she does track. She also did cross country. She qualified 16th in the Alpine meet, and she finished 8th in the wing meet. Miss Brianna Esparza. This next young lady comes to us from out of town. She's a sophomore. She qualified. She qualified 16th in the wing meet, and she's got a lot of potential to do great things in cross country. She's also a twirler. She does 4-H. They do a lot of things. Miss Emery Kennington. This next young lady, she is a multi-sport athlete. She does everything: volleyball, softball, cross country, track. She was selected second team all district for cross country. She finished 5th place in the Alpine meet, and she finished top 30 in the district meet. Second team all district, Miss Elise Santiago. This next young lady, she also came to us from out of town. We really didn't know what to expect, but we knew that she wanted to be really good, and her times each week started progressing and getting better and getting better. She often asked Coach Hoop and I, let's go to Sandhills, let's do this, let's do intervals. She ran in Tall City 5K, which is over 3 miles. She got 15th place. In the wing meet, she got 5th place. In the Alpine meet, she got 6th place. In the district meet, she got 7th place and qualified for the regional track cross-country meet, and she finished 1.3 seconds from qualifying for state. There's no doubt in my mind that next year she's going to do great things and she will qualify for state. She is a first team all district. She does 4-H, she does twirl, she plays a clarinet, she does everything. Miss Macy Kennington. This next runner, he's a senior. He's a multi-sport athlete as well. He ran cross country for us. He finished second team all district. He is one of the guards in the boys basketball team. He works tremendously hard in the weight room and on the track and on the basketball court. He gets straight A's or A's and B's. Mr. Jason Sanchez. Friday is Sock It to Pecos night, so bring some socks and let's sock it to Pecos. Thank you all. We have a couple couple more awards that we have to give. For cross country on the boys side, most outstanding boy cross country 2023, Jason Sanchez. He really does move a little bit faster on the cross country. We have another award. It's called the Big E Award for outstanding effort. He put in a lot of hours at the Sand Hills, a lot of hours in the weight room. He made himself an all-district cross-country runner. The Big E Award goes to Jason Sanchez. And our most outstanding cross-country runner for the girls, Miss Macy Kennington. And also to receive the Big E Award on the women's side, none other than Miss Macy Kennington. Thank you all so much.
Yes, as Mondo would like everyone to know, if you win an award tonight, go right out that door and take pictures, please. All right, now we're going to move on to volleyball, so I'm going to invite Coach Porras, volleyball staff, to recognize our volleyball athletes.
Good evening. My name is Star Porras, and on behalf of Coach Redmond and I would like to introduce the freshman volleyball team at this time. So once I've said your name, please stand so we can recognize you. Jaylene Escobedo, Annabelle Juarez, Maylin Munoz, Ashlyn Slade, Presley Griffin, Ariana Salazar, Leah Santiago, Aislinn Taylor, Ismariah Villegas, Madison Burns, Paris Armendariz, Mia Squires, Charisma Vidania, and Abby Valdez. This was my first year in the coaching world. To say the least, this was an amazing opportunity I got to have. Coach Redmond was the freshman coach this year, and she could not be here because exactly a week ago in 2 days, she had a beautiful baby boy. Some of you may be wondering what coach I was. I was considered myself as an all-time assistant coach to all coaches. This means a few things. For example, I would make sure pregnant Coach Redmond was comfortable and fed at all times. I made sure Coach Rutledge knew what trends were going on. And my last job, and most important job, was to make sure I did not make my mom Coach Porras, mad because I had to go home with her. On a serious note, I was lucky enough to learn from each of these women every day, and I cannot thank them enough for the knowledge they have passed down to me. I did spend most of my time with this freshman team. I want to thank these freshman girls for teaching me a lot of patience. These girls came into two-a-days with the uncertainty of high school volleyball. They learned quickly the commitment and time this program takes to be a part of. We started off slowly learning how to trust and play with each other. We were still trying to figure out how to gain confidence at this higher level. The beginning of the season, we had a rocky start. After a talk with the girls, they realized for them to start winning, they had to believe they could win. And it started in practice. I want to give a quick shout out to the girls and their parents. We had limited gym space, and the girls' practice schedule was abnormal. Some days, the girls would have to be picked up and taken across town to Parkway. And out of that week, we would have 5 a.m. practice. A couple of lines and some up-downs would wake them up, but they got the hang of it. Coach Redmond would like for the team to know she is very proud of the change they have made as a team from the summer up to the last practice. It was a roller coaster of a season to say the least. We watched them grow as student athletes, and they matured into Lady Lobos on and off the court. Coach Redmond and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for these Lady Lobos. Thank you.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that up, but I'll do my best. Good evening. My name's Courtney Rutledge, and I'm the JV volleyball coach. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to start by introducing the girls. I'm going to make it more awkward for you guys. So when I call your name, stand up and remain standing as long as I'm talking. Okay? And we'll clap for them all at the end. So we'll start with Addie Bounds, Andrea Flores, Briley Francisco, Bryn Claiborne, Anais Gonzalez, Mia Calvo, Elise Santiago, Caitlin Francisco, Brookie Sanchez, Zoe Caldwell, Itziel Cupno, Kat Munoz, and Carly Coker. Let's give these ladies a round of applause. Now you get to awkwardly stand. No, you don't get to sit. No. This group had a fantastic season, finishing with a 21-13 record. 9 of those losses were to 6A schools. And they went 7-3 in district. During tournament season, we lost to Midland Legacy in the consolation game of our home tournament and gutted out 5th place in a tough Greenwood tournament. One thing about this team, they did not like winning in 2 sets. When we were in district, I would walk over to Coach Hicks and Gina Williams, and they always keep a little scorebook during our games, and they always had it set up for three sets every time. So I'm going to blame them for manifesting that negative energy. Though there is a ton of talent on this team, what's going to take these girls to the next level, not only in their volleyball career, but in their life, is the grittiness that these girls have. I can remember 2 games during district where we found ourselves down 21-24. And according to the Mathematics of Volleyball, which is a website, y'all should check it out, you only have a 6% chance of winning that game. And these girls did it twice. Something I told them during many of our timeouts was, you're the ones in control, and you get to decide how this game ends. Once these young ladies fully embrace that motto, they're going to be unstoppable. So ladies, thank you for the hard work you put into our program, and I'm excited to watch you continue growing. Thank you.
I'm gonna have the varsity girls stand on the rail while I get my list of thank yous done. I'm Coach Porras. I want to recognize the junior high coaches that are in attendance today. 7th grade coaches Audrey Martinez and Lindsay Swarb. And our 8th grade coach Kimberly Carrasco. They put a lot of work into 2 days, the beginning of our season. Working 2 days in our tournament, I'm thankful for their hard work. I would like to start by thanking the many people who have helped us throughout the season. First, I would like to thank Coach Stout for the continued support and lending an ear for me to speak freely. I would like to thank Vanessa and Karen Dozier for helping keep my paperwork in line. I would like to thank Teresa Pernette, Pablo Villa, Kim Ware, and all our tournament workers because with them, we are not able to hold a successful tournament. I would like to thank the Monahans Volleyball Booster Club for providing rooms for our tournaments. They also did a great job at our Think Pink game to raise money for a local resident fighting through cancer. I would like to thank Mondo Flores for all his great articles highlighting the girls' successes in the newspaper. Thank you to Gina Williams for broadcasting our games on the radio. I would like to thank Delmar Nellis of driving the bus safely to and from our games and decorating the bus for playoffs. I would like to thank Dog for helping keep our girls healthy and stay healthy. I would especially like to thank Coach Rutledge, Coach Redmond, and our new addition, baby Coach Porras. If you ever have a chance to watch them, please watch them celebrate. They are fun to watch. After our game against Andrews that we won in 5, Coach Rutledge had her clipboard flying across the court. Coach Starr was running onto the court, chest bumping and having celebratory pushes with Laura. Last but not least, I would like to thank my husband. We put him on the stage this year so he could pay attention. We don't see very much of each other during the season, but I'm thankful for his patience and everything he does for our program and these girls. They are very spoiled with him. Right, Arissa? Even though we weren't thrilled how our season ended, we had some great achievements in our program. We ended the season with an overall record of 25-15 and a district record of 9-1. Both of those records have been the best record for the past 2 years. We also had back-to-back district titles. We went 5 with Andrews. We were down 8-13 in the 5th set. Andrews had just had to score 2 points to beat us. Macy got back there and served 6 in a row to bring us back into the game. After that, it was point per point, and for a set that's only supposed to go to 15, we won 21-19. I don't think there was one person in that gym that was sitting. We were all standing up. Most importantly, we learned to enjoy the moments when we were all together and push each other to be the best. I would like to introduce the 2023 Monahans Lady Lobos. So if you girls would make your way, sorry, that's from last year. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our managers. They are so much more than managers. They do so much for the program, and they're usually my memory card. I usually forget a lot of things, and they keep me in line most of the season. So our first manager, Heidi Porras, sophomore, Academic All District. Maya Salzar, sophomore, Academic All District. Shannon Lawson, senior, Academic All State. We had one pickup player this year, sophomore, outside hitter, Brooklyn Sanchez. Sophomore setter, Carly Sorb, Academic All District, second team All District. Junior right side hitter, Micah Deal, Academic All District. Junior defensive specialist, Macy Liao. Junior middle blocker, right side hitter, Isabella Nicholas, second team All District. Junior middle blocker, Valerie Hunt, Academic All District, first team All District. Junior outside hitter, Academic All District, first team All District. Caitlin Alvarez. Junior outside hitter, Daniela Esparza, Academic All District honorable mention. Junior setter, Bethany Sanchez, Academic All District outstanding setter. Senior right side hitter Arissa Armendariz, Academic All-State. Senior middle blocker Adelaide Gonzalez, Academic All-State, First Team All-District. Senior right side hitter Brianna Esparza, All-District Honorable Mention. Senior defensive specialist Audie Porras, Academic All-State, All-District Honorable Mention. Senior captain setter Lisa Flores, Academic All-State. Senior captain defensive specialist Laura Gallardo, Academic All-State, All-District Outstanding Defensive Player. We have a lot of smart girls on this team. 90% of the team is either Academic All-District, and the seniors were almost all Academic All-State. The first award for tonight is the Most Improved Award. I decided to give the award to 2 players tonight. I was going back and forth between the 2, and I truly believe their improvements shouldn't go unnoticed. For our first recipient, I remember having countless conversations with her after the disappointment she felt from the previous season. She started the season playing right side hitter, and due to an injury, she was moved to the middle. She was so coachable and made adjustments for everything that I asked for. Her freshman year, she was usually falling on her outside hitters when she went out to block, and now she was getting there and had so much control. She has an intimidating quality. It's her stare down after a block or a kill. She ended the season with 199 kills, 72 blocks, and 30 digs. The first recipient of the Most Improved Award goes to Valerie Hunt. The next recipient is new to varsity this year. She had a big role being a setter. Setters are like quarterback for football. They have to put the ball in the area that is best for their hitters, they have to play defense, and they have to know where the opponent's best blockers are. My biggest worry was her defense. I remember telling her, you don't want the other team to scout and say the setters can't play defense. She definitely proved me wrong. She ended the season leading the team in assists with 536, leading the team in aces with 57, and the best part, she was second behind our libero with 240 digs. The other player earning the Most Improved Award is Bethany Sanchez. Our next award is the Outstanding Defense Award. The game cannot survive without good defense. Defensive players don't get as much recognition as I believe they should. Nothing can happen without a good pass or a good dig. Her sophomore year, she made varsity as a defensive specialist. She got my attention during two-a-days. She was a little spunky and a little crazy with her emotions. I remember in practice her hair was always a mess because if she made a mistake, her favorite thing to do was to grab and pull it out. But by her senior year, she grew up. She was composed, she was confident, she was calm, and if she made mistakes, she brushed it off. The growth she made in 3 years was so fun to watch. She made everything look effortless. She read the ball really well and had a good reaction. She kept the ball alive, she scrambled, she gave everything she could. She was a great captain. She made sure her teammates were good, even took the blame to help them keep their heads up. She was a selfless leader. I truly will miss her on the court next year. She ended the season with 24 assists, 28 aces, and led the team with 614 digs. She hit a career high of 1,346 digs. That will be hard to beat. This year's Outstanding Defensive Award goes to Laura Gallardo. Now we have the Big E Award. The Big E Award goes to someone who gives maximum effort in all aspects of the game. This year we have 2 athletes we are recognizing for this award. The first athlete was a force of nature at the net. She played through her whole season hurting, and she never let it stop her. It was even hard to get her to sit out some reps during practice. She definitely wasn't the tallest girl on the court, but she jumped big. She always had a great attitude and was encouraging to her teammates. Her volleyball journey is inspirational. The 7th grade girl on B team to one of the best middles in the district. She recently received the Texas Sports Writers All-State Honorable Mention. I am truly blessed to have been her coach. She ended the season with 76 digs, 33 aces, led the team with 116 blocks, and led the team with 268 kills. The first recipient of the Big E Award is Adeline Gonzalez. The second athlete was a person we needed on the court because her effort and energy goes unmatched. She always gave her all in practice and spent many days after practice getting more reps. Her effort landed her playing all 6 rotations. Not only was she a smart hitter at the net, she was fun to watch on defense. When we were playing Fort Stockton in Fort Stockton, I heard the Fort Stockton coach say, "Stay in, they aren't going to hit line." So I may have changed up the words a little bit, and I called her over and I said, "Hey, the coach just said you can't hit line." The comment motivated her. She went on the court, told the setter give her the next ball, and she got a kill down the line. We won't talk about her yelling so I can't hit line after the kill, but her determination to be successful is her best quality. I am excited to have her one more year with me. She finished the season with 222 digs, 41 blocks, and 145 kills. The second recipient of the Big E Award is Daniela Esparza. Our last award is the Outstanding Player Award. This athlete continues to get better each year. She's an athlete I never have to worry about. She gives 100% in practice. She's an awesome student, and she embodies what a Lady Lobo truly is. She was the player our district opponents had a game plan for. With her district stats, she was the best outside hitter in the district. She averaged 14 kills a game. She had a slap tear surgery and wasn't able to start playing till the end of August. She missed all of tournament season as well. Tournament seasons is great for stats and connection with your setters. She started with a disadvantage. She worked on making adjustments and fought through the frustration. While nominating her for different awards and recognition, I thought her stats would be overlooked by missing a month of the season. However, Texas Girls High School Association agreed with me, and she earned the honor of competing in the TGCA All-Star Game this summer. She is now one of 14 girls since 1998 to be honored with this achievement from Monahans High School. We are very excited and ready to watch her represent the Lady Lobos in Arlington. I cannot wait to see what she can do playing a full season. She finished the year with 88 digs, 36 blocks, and 230 kills. This year's Outstanding Player Award goes to Caitlin Alvarez. Every player standing in front of me can hold their head high and know they all contributed to the success of the season. The preparation for each game is a team effort. The girls loved each other and helped each other get through the season. This is the first group that I coached that wanted to spend time together outside of volleyball. And up to this day, we still meet in my room once a week to catch up. They have created memories and friendships to last a lifetime. This group is very special and will always hold a place in my heart. To the seniors, I will miss Shannon helping me keep my life together. Arissa screams during team competitions. Lisa being a mom to the group, making sure everyone is taken care of while she goes through the roughest time of her volleyball career. Bree talking a little mess under her breath. Audie being one of the funniest girls on the court with her side comments. Adeline for making all the wads look easy and still goes to work out after practice. And finally, Laura for always saying what I'm thinking out loud. I know you will move on to do great things in life. I appreciate the hard work and dedication you have put into this program. Remember, once a Lady Lobo, always a Lady Lobo. To the returners, I wish you nothing but the success in your spring sports. Thank you.
Now, this time, we're going to talk about our 2023 football teams, and we're going to start with the freshmen and Coach Leps.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to recognize the two assistant coaches that we had on the freshman team. Coach Steinhauer, Coach Williams. I think both of them did a really good job. It was Coach Williams' first year to be a high school coach, and Coach Steinhauer's first year to be at the high school. Would all the freshman football players please stand up? I'd like to recognize these young men. Becoming a freshman high school football player is a huge transition from 8th grade football to freshman football because of the demands and practices are a lot different. Appreciate everything these young men did. Their season record was 6-3-1. There were some great highlights in this season. We expect great things from these guys because they do have the athletic ability with a great offseason, and they figured that's going to be pretty hard. I think they'll be a really good addition to our program, and we expect really, really great things when they get on the JV team next year. Appreciate it, guys. Next up is Coach Ontiveros for the JV.
Okay, will the JV football team please stand up? The Monahans JV football team finished this year 6-3-1. Each week was a new test for them. The team of 19 showed off their will to win through the season. There was a lot of growing up through the year. To see the development of each player made this season a very successful one. I am proud of their efforts and look forward to coaching them again next year. Something that's a little off script here is some of the stuff that they have to go through in practice against the varsity. It's kind of wild stuff. Having to run their scout team, the scout offense. I get to run that with these guys, and I don't know. I have a lot of fun with them during practice. I look forward to it. It's a chance to see what they are really made of against, a really good varsity football team. And sometimes, every once in a while, you'll get a play that surprises you from a player. I'm looking at some of them right now. I'm looking at Bobby right now. Can't stop looking at Bobby. I like to watch him, and he improved a lot, but they all did. And the growing up that they did was awesome this year, and I look forward to coaching them. And anyways, this is your 2023 Monahans Lobos JV football team. I'll turn it over to Coach Stow, talk about the varsity.
Quiet call. All right, so obviously I've got to start by thanking a lot of people because it takes a lot of different groups and people to run off a successful football season. We'll start with administration, Mr. Sharp, Mr. Hanley, Mr. Amber, Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mr. Daggy, for all the support they've shown to us in our program. Faculty and staff, teachers helping our kids when we got to leave early, and early release days and all that type of stuff because we travel. Drivers, for sure. I don't know how they do some of those trips, but they do. Maintenance, sheriff's office, police department, fire department, our athletic secretary, Vanessa Caballero. Lobo moms and dads pour a lot of time and effort, money, energy into our program. There's a lot of needs and demands, and they're always there to meet those. The Booster Club, of course. Parents, you especially, for allowing your young men to be a part of our program and everything that comes with it. Community Church, First Baptist Church for breakfast Friday morning. Tony Calvo, Mondo Flores, Jennifer Garcia for all the pictures. Mondo, obviously, for writing good articles about us. Thank you for that. And the radio crew, of course, for broadcasting our games and some long-winded post-game questions. Appreciate those. Band and band directors, cheerleaders, of course, who are with us all the time. And Coach Wehunt, Coach Casey for their support. Trainers, filmers, who really spend a lot of time at the field house and on the field. And we'll get to them more here in a second. Obviously, I try to do this weekly, as long as I'm not irritated, I guess. But our coaching staff, all right, I know a lot of you don't see it just because, you're not at the field house, but these guys spend a lot of time every week. You're talking 100 to 105 hours a week at the field house working on football things. All right, whether it's us talking about personnel or game plans or practice plans or whatever it is, scouting, right? There's just so much that goes into it. So thank all of you for everything that you've done. And then with that, of course, their wives or spouses. It's just, you're never at home, right? And to go into that, my wife's not here tonight because our boys have basketball practice. So she's basically doing the same thing she does all football season long, which is take care of our kids. So I really appreciate her for that and letting me live out my dream as a head football coach. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about season recap. I actually wrote it down this year. In the past, I've kind of just gone off the top of my head, which is a problem because then I talk forever. Okay, so I won't do that. I've got it all written down. So I'm just going bullet point by bullet point. All right, so your 2023 varsity football team was 12-1. Okay, they won 3 gold footballs, district champions, bi-district champions, and area champions. Okay, it was a tremendous mark to go 12-1. What an incredible start and a way to push through at the end too. Now, because I'm about to give you some stats that are pretty impressive, we feel like as a staff. The tenements of our program, on defense, we've got to be able to pursue and tackle, right? All of that, for those who may not know, that's all effort-based, right? If you're playing defense, you've got to run around like your hair's on fire. You've got to go hit somebody. That's just the way it is, okay? Win the turnover battle, and that's important because I'll talk about that here in a second. Win the middle 8, okay? For those of you who don't know that, that's the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. We want to win those, okay? We did that quite a bit this past year. You think about Pecos, we scored with 3 seconds left, right? I think we scored right after the half. Fort Stockton was the same way. We want to be able to put people away and make a 14-point swing in those middle 8 minutes. Win explosive plays battle. I think anybody who watched us play this year, you saw a lot of that. We had a ton of explosive plays, more than I think I've ever seen. At one point, probably week 8 or 9 or 10, we had 112 plays over 20 yards. That's a lot. And that's ridiculous. Like, that doesn't happen. All right. Now, defensive stats. This group, this varsity group, 15.3 points per game given up, 35 takeaways, 18 fumble recoveries, 17 interceptions, 8 defensive touchdowns. That's a big deal, right? You guys know that. That's a big deal. Sam's excited because he had 2. We had 2 safeties and 2 blocked kicks. We had 26 stops on 4th down, 35 tackles for loss, 46 pressures, and 13 sacks. They did an incredible job defensively. Offensively, offensively we scored 668 points, 55.7 points per game. We had 5,980 yards. Okay, 1,906 of those were passing yards with 19 touchdowns. 4,072 of those yards were rushing yards. Okay, we had over 4,000 rushing yards on the season with 65 rushing touchdowns. So yes, we still run the ball, don't worry. You have to in order to win football games. That's just the way it works. Now, here's the big thing. We talk about winning the turnover battle, all right? Offensively, in 13 games, we only had 7 turnovers. That's it. Right? So you see stats like that, NFL, college, all the time. So we had 35 takeaways and we only had 7 turnovers. So we were plus 28 in the turnover battle. All right, that's a tremendous job of these guys taking care of business and taking care of the football. Now, I'm going to say something really to our seniors, right? And then our first year, really as a staff, we coached them in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th, right? But I hope that you had a lot of fun and enjoyed being in our program and everything that it means. Okay, we told you guys every week that it goes by fast, right? And it did. This season went by faster than any other. But you have to think what our seniors have accomplished in the last 2 years. Okay, they're 22-5 in the last 2 years. 2 district championships and 7 gold footballs. That's a tremendous job. Please give them a round of applause. All right, now as we get to the recognition part of this, I'm going to start with the trainers and filmers. Okay? I don't want to say it's a thankless job because we try to tell them how important they are. But man, they spend a lot of time with us during the season. Anytime we're at the field house, they're at the field house. Right? So the first person is Aubrey Anderson. Addison Bounds. Victoria Cortez. Magni Gathings. Aaliyah Marquez. Madison Mendoza. Naomi Mesa. Anaya Nino. Chloe Powell. Brianna Quintana. Kimberly Quintana. Addie Samples. Adeline Sanchez. Maureen Vasquez. Nadalia Villegas. So hopefully, parents, you can see this kind of as a story to tell in and of itself. There's 2 girls who weren't here tonight, but they're both battling illness. But you can see how important it is to them that the rest of them are here, right? I mean, they spend so much time with us and help us with so many things. And girls, we really do appreciate all that you do. Thank you. Okay, hopefully we have some filmers here because these are the unsung heroes, all right? Although we're breaking in some new people this year, so I think for the first 3 weeks of the season, I was pretty upset, not gonna lie, right? Just because it has to be spot on. The tight angle has to be just right, the wide angle has to be just right, practice has to be filmed correctly with the drone, right? There's a lot that goes into it. So these guys do an awesome job. Ryan Carrillo. The man, the myth, the legend, Paxton Davis. And I'm not sure he's here, but he's still the man, Taven Finley. And Monahan's Fred Gomez. We had 2 ball boys, right? I think they're both at basketball practice. They're playing sports too. Camden Coker. And the poor kid who just can't stop getting his butt chewed, Lawson Stout. All right, so we're going to move on to our varsity players. Guys, if you'll line up over here on this side. Even you, Tovar, come on. You know, I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about all the nicknames, but I'm not sure I should say it if I introduce them. I'm not saying Edwards. But it's like everybody has a nickname in football, you know? It's just the way it works. Okay, so before I call their names, I'm going to actually list out, you know, whatever honors they've received as far as district and all that type of stuff. Now, I will say this. There's a couple, believe it or not, for football, high school football, there's still a couple of things that are still out there, like All-State. And then there's another All-State that's still out there that hasn't come out yet. All right? And then parents, you may be as disappointed as I am, but I had to call the Odessa American to get a hold of somebody. And they told me they're not doing the all-Permian Basin team this year because they don't have enough staff. So I had sent in my nominations, right? Never heard back. 2 days later, I called. He was like, Coach, we can't do it. I was hoping they would. Really enjoyed that. But I nominated you anyway. So you're in there in the computer system somewhere. All right, first, we're going to go with 4A Division II District 1 second team defensive back, Jesse Rodriguez. Did y'all line up in numerical order? On their own? Hey, you know what? We may not have as many all-state academics as the volleyball team, but at least we did this right. Good job, fellas. Okay, the next one, 4A Division II District 1, honorable mention defensive back with 2 defensive touchdowns, Samaria's School. Okay, 4A Division II, District 1, first team running back, Cole Pittman. This guy is crazy. Okay. What do I tell you? If we have a new kid come in or move in, I'm like, Cole, you cannot work out with him. He will quit the next day. It's just the way it is. Okay, you got to have that on your football team, though. Okay, this one's got a few here. 4A Division II, District 1, honorable mention linebacker, academic all-district, and first team academic all-state, Braden Miller. Okay, 4A Division II, District 1, offensive MVP, and first team defensive back, Nathan Wessel. Okay, nickname that I'm not going to say. 4A Division II, District 1, second team kicker, Edwin Sato. He's unfortunately Cole's workout partner. Okay, 4A Division II, District 1, most valuable player, Chino Navarrete. .4A Division II, District 1, first team receiver, Ben Cordova. Junior, Sammy Saucedo. The next one's a junior, also 4A Division II, District 1, second team receiver, Malachi Barr. 4A Division II, District 1, first team, special teams, honorable mention defensive back, academic all-district, and honorable mention academic all-state, Nathan Swartz. Senior, Diego Yanez. Man, I gotta get some glasses, hang on. Junior, 4A Division II, District 1, first team linebacker, Alex Palmetier. Senior, 4A Division II, District 1, honorable mention tight end, Keaton Chavez. Sophomore, Jacob Carrasco. Sophomore, Dylan Pittman. Tovar, that's enough, shut up. I'm not saying your nickname either. So you know. Junior, Trey Chapman. Junior, 4A Division II, District 1, academic all-district, Bo Inman. Sophomore, Majestic Williams. Junior, Knight Hogan. Sophomore, pretty sure, Isaiah Marquez. I was just thinking of all your nicknames. There's like 3 or 4 of them. Bus. Y'all remember Jerome Bettis from back in the day? Some of you. Anyway, that's why I started calling him the Bus. I don't know what the kids called him. Senior, 4A Division II, District 1, defensive MVP, second team tight end, academic all-district, and second team academic all-state, David Carrasco. Senior, Damian Ramirez. Junior, Seth Vargas. Senior, 4A Division II, District 1, first team defensive line, Brandon Coach Red. Senior, 4A Division II, District 1, honorable mention offensive line, Jeremiah Garcia. Sophomore, 4A Division II, District 1, defensive newcomer of the year, Joseph Benson. Logistics didn't work here. Junior, maybe one of the nastiest guys we have too. I know he doesn't look it, but he is. 4A Division II, District 1, first team offensive line and academic all-district, Jaden Hernandez. Junior, 4A Division II, District 1, first team offensive line and defensive line, defensive line, and academic all-district Nathan Markin. Junior 4A Division II District 1 second team defensive line, Alonzo Uranga. Sophomore Ethan Ramon. Sophomore Adrian Juarez. Senior 4A Division II District 1 Academic All-District Dalton Dad Bailey. Senior Brandon Tovar. I'm gonna miss Tovar, for real. He's funny, believe it or not. He keeps things a little lighter sometimes when we're all stressed out. It's good. Junior Lash Caldwell. Sophomore Isaiah Armendariz. Junior 4A Division II District 1 honorable mention offensive line Branson Murphy. I'm not calling him Bubba. I refuse to do it. Junior 4A Division II District 1 second team offensive line Cash Flores. Senior, by far the tallest guy we've had in our program in the last 5 years. Or ever, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Kyle Bannock. Junior, 4A Division II District 1 second team linebacker A.J. Navarrete. Okay, just one more round of applause for these guys and the work they've done. All right, gentlemen, I use that term loosely. If you will go have a seat, we'll hand out the awards. And remember, if you get an award, go ahead and exit the same way you're going right now and go take your photo with Mr. Flores. I think I'm going to say one last thing about this group. I'm just going to tell you that what makes it the most fun is that they seem to enjoy being around each other, and we as a staff enjoy being around them. That's a big plus. Would y'all just sit down? Come on, Murph. Okay, the first award that we're going to hand out this evening is Outstanding Offensive Lineman, and Coach Jones is going to do that for us.
The offensive line, or as we like to call them, the Hogs, don't really get too much recognition. Names in the papers, Mondo, we need to change that. We don't rarely score touchdowns. Coach Nagy does a good job of giving these guys some credit on Friday nights, but tonight I'd like to celebrate these guys a little bit. So if you played offensive line, on the varsity, starter, backup, whatever, please take a moment, stand so we can applaud you. A lot of our team's success can be attributed to this group. Coming into the year, this group was seen as a major question mark, probably considered our greatest weakness offensively. We were replacing 4 out of 5 guys. We had a lot of growing up to do before our first game in shallow water, but by the end of the year, this weakness became a strength. This ended up being a very strong and deep group as we started 8 different offensive linemen, and we never really missed a beat. To give an individual award to someone from this group is pretty difficult as we operate as a unit. They all played hard and played well this season, and I think all 5 starters can make a case for this award. Just to give you a quick summary of each one of our starters, Branson Murphy played right tackle, and he played one of the best football games I have seen a high school football player play against Fort Stockton. He graded out at 98%, which is awesome. Jerry Garcia, our lone senior, he started at right guard. He battled back from the torn ACL last year, suffered multiple injuries this season, and he delivered some monster blocks this year. You can feel him on the sideline. He did an awesome job leading. Cash Flores, our center, he played on every single snap this year on offense. And that is a huge blessing for the quarterback, right, Gino? That's huge. People often take for granted the snap of the football, and that, in fact, is the most crucial part to any football play. Just ask Alabama. Right, Coach Williamson? He's asleep. Jaden Hernandez, he played left guard. He led the group in multiple categories, knockdowns, and then he tied with another individual in pancakes, and he also led the group with a 92% overall grade. He is one of the meanest, nice guys I've ever met, and he's really smart. Nathan Marquez played left tackle for us. He shared the overall grade lead with Jaden. He also had the pancake title, and he led our group in the nasty category. This gives him the nickname Nasty Nate. He also broke another helmet this year. He played in every single football game this year, every single offensive snap that we allowed him to before he pulled him off the field. And he also played just about every single defensive snap too. If you have a young man graduating this year, parents or fans, and you get bored of seeing the skill guys score touchdowns or make plays, I encourage you next year to watch this group. Specifically, find number 55. He's the definition of a football player, and we're glad to have him back for his 4th varsity season. This year's Offensive Lineman Award goes to Nasty Nate Marquez. The offensive back award will be announced by Coach Jones.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank my wife and my daughter for allowing me to chase my dreams every day, and coach you guys, teach you guys. It's truly a blessing that you allow me to do that, so thank you. For those who do not know me, my name is Coach Quentin Jones, and I have the honor of coaching the quarterbacks and the running backs for the varsity and the JV. This year, all the position players in my group have grown tremendously, and I cannot wait for them to showcase more talents as they move on further in their careers. To my quarterbacks and running backs, thank you for your countless effort, sacrifice, and trust as we went about this season. It means more to me than you know. Thank you for attending my meetings throughout the week, all 400 of them. I know that there are a lot, but it's to help you understand football and know what to expect for that week. Continue to pursue your goals and strive to be better than you were yesterday. This year's outstanding offensive back is going to a young man that always strives to be better. There is never a day where he doesn't feel like practicing, doesn't feel like giving his all, and is always looking for ways to improve. To give you an example of his self-criticism, I usually never watch the last game of the season. It hurts my heart too much to see our kids lose because they put so much hard work into football and any other sport that they do. The week that football was over, this young man asked me if I would watch the film with him so we could go over what he could have done better. Even though I was hesitant, we still watched the film. He learned, asked questions, but the moral of the story is he wanted and wants to get better. He also battled a back injury in the playoffs and still played through it because he knew that we were our best when he was on the field. His dedication to the sport, his teammates, and his coaches is unmatched. He is resilient, hardworking, and selfless when it comes to sports, but more importantly, life. This young man had a total of 1,369 total yards, 1,282 yards rushing, and had 8.6 yards per carry. He scored 16 times, but he never cared if he scored just as long as the Lobos won. I think his proudest moment this year was when his little brother scored his first varsity touchdown. He won't tell you this, but he had tears in his eyes. He was a proud big brother. Continue to learn, lead, and pursue greatness. This year's outstanding offensive back goes to running back number 4, Cole Pittman. Next is Coach on the girls.
Good evening. I will be awarding the most outstanding wide receiver tonight. So when we started meeting as coaches last year in January about what we wanted to do as an offense, it was easy to say that we had really good receivers and that we wanted to throw the ball and stretch the field vertically. One of the receivers we had was not only a vertical threat, but could catch the ball in space and make plays after the catch. He had 46 catches for 890 yards and 11 touchdowns. I've had a lot of fun coaching this athlete, and I wish him the best. Before I award this player the award, I do want to add that he's probably the most grouchiest person on Tuesday mornings. I'm pretty hyped up on coffee. I've had 3 cups. We get lined up. This particular athlete is pretty annoyed. I mean, I know he's got Malachi behind him, kind of annoy him, but I mean, come on, be a good sport about it. But anyways, the most outstanding wide receiver goes to Nathan Wessels. Next it will be Coach Coker.
Before I start reading, I'm gonna go off the cuff real quick and just say, like, it's real difficult to stand behind a microphone and do justice for all the accomplishments that you guys achieved throughout the season. But I was getting fired up just listening to Coach Dow back there talking about all our defensive stats and just going all the way back to when we first hit the turf in spring, right? And the very first time we do time pursuit, right? And the energy that you guys bring, right? It's a lot of fun, okay? So parents, right? Community. I want you guys to know how much fun it was coaching this group this year, right? And I had the pleasure of calling probably one of the best defenses I've had this year, and especially with these linebackers, right? So this season we got a lot of quality production out of our linebackers, right? We were extremely multiple. You know, I can talk a little bit about my career. That's not what it's about, right? But we shifted a few years to an odd front. This year, we were very multiple, right? We did even front as well as odd front, and our pressures. We did a lot of that stuff, Okay, so we were just more aggressive this year than we've ever been. All right, we had good speed, great effort, right, which Coach Dow talked about. Right, effort is the biggest part of playing defense. Okay, we had 4 linebackers this season with over 100 tackles each. Okay, right, so 4 of them over 100 tackles. Right, there were 651 tackles came from the linebacker position. Okay, we had 6 out of those 17 interceptions at that position, and 6 of our 18 fumble recoveries came from that. The guys were a lot of fun to work with, right? I'm gonna miss the leadership of our seniors for sure, right? David, Roscoe, Braden Millard, Keaton Chavez, right? I'm gonna miss their leadership for sure. Everything from our film sessions starting Monday morning, right? Anytime we had film analytics, that we could get in there and do that, and you know, the meetings, the practice, right? Yeah, every bit of it. Their accountability, and I feel like these guys kind of set the standard, but then raised it another level, right? So young guys in the program, you can learn from those guys and the standard that they set. Okay. Now for our linebacker award, and I could talk a lot about stats and all that. There's a lot that goes in to this. This season's award winner, he led the team with 150 tackles. There was 57 tackles, solo tackles, 93 assists in 13 games. I went back a few seasons as far as like looking at those stats. We only had one with more than 150 tackles in the last couple of years. There was one more game played, and that was last year, right? So I felt like that's a good stat. He had 4 pressures, 4 tackles for loss, 1 pass breakup, 1 fumble recovery. Had as many interceptions as our leading defensive back. Okay, probably to me the most notable, I think it flipped the script for a lot of things, was our very first drive of the season defensively. Shallowers driving the ball, we get a pick in the end zone. All right, I felt like that flipped momentum, and we never looked back from that point forward. So I felt like it was a big play at a critical moment. We had others in the season that did that. Last season, as a varsity football player, he had 133 tackles, that was 71 tackles, 62 assists. That's a total of 283 tackles in the last 2 seasons, right? The guy found himself around the football, okay? But really, probably more than anything, his leadership, dedication, right? I felt like I said earlier, the leadership from that senior group, okay? He was part of that core, right? And led those guys. So this year's linebacker award is going to David Carrasco. Next up, we'll have Coach Pete.
All right, very good. Coming into this year, being the new guy on staff, a little intimidating, but you know the defensive line made it real easy. As I came in, I made a few trips during the spring and stuff, and I'm gonna tell you, they knew everything. So you know, as a coach, that makes my job way easier. Those defensive linemen, you gotta be tough. You know what I mean? You're hitting every single play. You gotta have a ton of effort. And, you know, all those guys have that. Whether, you know, we're hitting on each other or we're hitting, you know, the other guys on Friday night. I just want to say thank you. Appreciate the effort. You know, you did a great job all year. Couldn't have been happier. The outstanding defensive lineman led the D-line with tackles, had 41 solo, 36 assists for a total of 77 tackles. 8 tackles for loss, numerous efforts, fumble recoveries, extra efforts, and even a TD for a big guy. You know, those things are freaking awesome, I'm gonna tell you. And, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and this year we actually had 2, which was even better. Watching those big guys run all the way down the field, hooping and hollering and stuff like that, so that's a good deal. This year's award goes to Nathan Marquez. Coach Forbes up next.
right. Coach T fought me to be able to speak tonight. Y'all know he was fired up to get up here again. This was my 12th season here, part of Monahans football, and I can say this is probably overall the best defensive group we've had since I've been here. Okay, there may not have been this guy, that guy, All-State, this or that, whatever it is, but collectively as a whole, probably the best defensive group I've been a part of. And a lot of that contributes to our depth and the extreme intelligence of our inside linebackers. Okay, so you younger guys, get the books, okay? Mel Iron and David did a great job for us with a lot of things. They lined up a lot of people that were in the wrong spot a lot of times. So that makes the secondary's life a lot easier when people are lined up in the right spots. The D-line, getting to the quarterback quickly. We did a lot of pressuring this year, Coach, wherever you are. Appreciate that too. Like he said, David had like 3 interceptions. We had lots of guys, 7 different people with interceptions this year, which is huge. They can't just throw it at one spot or avoid one corner, safety, whatever it is. We had a lot of depth. I felt like we had 4 safeties that could play at any point in time. And those guys rolled in and out, did a lot of good things. But at corner, we had a lot of depth as well. Okay, a lot of good players. Sam had a lot of pick sixes early in the season, where he made me want to pull my hair out a few times in off season though. But there's these guys. They give you all they got all the time, and that's what makes them a part of this program and hold the standard up high. Our defensive back MVP this year always ended up covering the number 1 receiver. Whoever we were playing that week, we were rotating around, left side, right side, whatever it was, wherever we needed him. He had 54 tackles, but I think he had 54 butt chewings last year for not tackling. He had 3 interceptions, and if I'm mistaken, all 3 of those in the playoffs. Lots of big-time plays, maybe big-time games, lots of situations where we needed it. 2 caused fumbles, 2 pass breakups, fumble recovery, 2 touchdowns, and a sly new hairdo right here. I know his grandpa gave him that one. But with all that being said, our defensive back of the year is Nathan Wessels.
Okay, it looks like I have the next one. Hopefully that's correct. All right, so the next award that we're going to give out is the Fighting Heart Award. And, you know, this is, honestly, it's kind of hard to choose this sometimes, right? Just because we feel like in our program, we're trying to make sure everybody should be able to win the Fighting Heart Award, right? A lot of effort. A lot of heart, overcoming adversity, grit, tenacity, whatever you want to call it. But we've selected 2 guys to win this award tonight. Both of them have battled through different things. The first one has battled through some life things and became a tremendous football player for us. And we're all very proud of him. It's Jesse Rodriguez. And the next guy, you kind of heard his story a little bit earlier. So his junior year, unfortunately, in practice, I think it was one-on-one pass rush, he tears his ACL, right? He's out for a long time. So he comes back his senior year, and he ends up becoming a starter for us. And he works his tail off. And I told Coach Jones this, because I'm like the other Coach Jones. I don't like to watch the last game of the year. It's painful. Okay, but this guy was giving everything that he had. And we all knew he was banged up and he was hurting. And every morning he woke up, he was hurting. Okay, but he was getting after it in that third round playoff game. And that guy is Jeremiah Garcia. So I'm going to present the next one as well, the Todd Welch Big E Award. So this comes down to effort, right? And we selected 2 guys for this award. The first guy, and I think I told him this after the season, but I'm extremely proud of. Because as the season goes on, all right, for those of you who play football, you know it becomes a real grind, right? And everything hurts, and we're still having Tuesday morning practice at 6 a.m. We're still having special teams during the period. We're still having defensive practice after school. Like, it's just a lot, right? It's 6 days a week. It just is what it is. But I'm extremely proud of how much better this guy got as the season went on. And all of that was through his hard work every day of practice, where he never took a rep off, and even was pretty nasty during practice and got after people. And that guy is Keaton Chavez. The next guy who won the Todd Welch Big E Award also battled through some adversity, right? So he had an injury that pretty much plagued him the entire offseason, and then a little bit early on in the season as well. But a tremendous leader, which was evident by him being picked as a captain by his teammates. Battled through adversity, battled through injury. Phenomenal young man. Can't say enough about him. Brandon, Coach Red Mendoza. Up next to the stage is the legendary Mr. Brett Hill.
Thank you. I want to give a quick shout out because I don't think anybody said anything about them, but to me they've made a real impact on our athletic programs. And that's the Monahans High School Stream Team. There's a lot of folks that, you know, can't make it out to the games, and I get calls and emails and things from alumnus from days gone by. I mean, people that haven't been, you know, back to Monahans for decades, and they have gotten re-engaged with our athletic programs, and that's all for the Monahans Stream Team. So, big round of applause to those guys. Congratulations to everybody tonight. I can't figure this microphone out, so it was another great fall season for Monahans sports, and it's an honor to me on behalf of the Monahans Booster Club to present scholarships to some of the football athletes tonight. These are scholarships that have been established in the memory of Connie Bean, Todd Welch, and Bud Rollins. The recipients of these scholarships have represented Monahans football program with sportsmanship, leadership, commitment, dedication, integrity, loyalty, and most important, Lobo pride. They are part of another really great senior class. We've got about 18 guys that are directors for the Booster Club, and they all cast a ballot for their senior players, and it's just crazy how many players get voted. It's like every single player gets, votes. So that just shows the depth that we have of this senior class. So anyway, this year's recipients for the Connie Bean Leadership Memorial Scholarship are David Garcia, Brandon Mendoza, Chino Navarrete, and Nathan Wessels. We're going to give a total of 10 scholarships this year. That's the most that we've ever done. So. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Todd Welch. This year's recipients for the Todd Welch Memorial Scholarship are Jeremiah Garcia, Braden Milliron, and Brandon Tovar. While they're making their way up, this year's recipients for the Bud Rollins Memorial Scholarship are Sam Cooley, Ben Cordova, and Nathan Swore. The family of Josh Rodriguez has asked me to present their memorial scholarship. So I'm going to do that now. Josh was a very outgoing and outspoken young man. Those of you that know him know that. He lived his life through the importance of family, friends, and of course, sports. As a student athlete, Josh had these several qualities that described him: commitment, loyalty, respect, drive, discipline, and self-confidence. Josh excelled both inside and outside the classroom, especially on the football field and the track. Josh was a leader and a captain for the 2006 Monahans Lobo football team, and he didn't take that responsibility lightly. He was a well-mannered young adult and respected everyone. This year's recipient embodies a lot of those same qualities as a student athlete and a young adult, and that's Brandon Mendoza. You're up, Matt.
The Joe Vela Memorial Scholarship was started in 2016 and is given out every year to a senior student athlete that really resembles what Joe was about. A young man that was not only dominated and was very good on the football field, but is also just a great person in general. The family wanted to make this scholarship in Joe's name to be able to help just a part to get these seniors the education that they need to be successful in their life. The family choice this year was a young man who played linebacker just as Joe did. He had a knack for being around the football field. Kind of repeat what Coach Coker's already said. He led the team in tackles this year with 150. He was responsible for 4 takeaways. I was fortunate enough to watch this guy all year long, and all year he displayed exactly what Lobo football is about. Hard-nosed football. He was resilient, and he was definitely a leader for this football team. I know the coaches enjoyed having this young man be a leader for the last 2 years. So with that being said, on behalf of the family and myself, we would like to present the Joe Vela Memorial Scholarship to David Carrasco.
Next, with the Monahans News MVP Award is Mr. Armando Flores.
All right, everybody, show of hands, please. Okay, the show of hands now, can everybody, okay, just making sure that everybody's still awake, okay? Coach Style likes to put me at the end, I do not know why. I know. My bad. And I gotta put my cheaters on because I'm already at that age, that young, vibrant age. All right, I'm here to announce the Monahans News Most Valuable Player Award. It's an award that's been given since 1962. Before doing so, I want to thank a few people right back, the administration. Let me see if I get this right. Chad Smith, Jeff Jones, Doug Deggy, Daniel Sharp, Gerald Lambert, and Coach Todd Henley. Probably do without these, okay? To the coaching staff. To the coaching staffs of all the fall sports, for the pleasure of allowing me to cover y'all's teams in this fall. Just knowing each of you has helped me see that y'all do what y'all do for success beyond the field or the court in order to prepare these young people for the battlefields of life, okay? That each of these young men and women will face one day. To the parents, thank you for allowing me to put your child's accolades in print, for it is and should be at the forefront of what is good in today's news sphere. None of these students have ever been disrespectful towards me, so I applaud y'all on the upbringing. All right, now to what I'm here for, because as I walked up here, Roy said he has some asado for me if I hurry up. Really. This year's recipient is the epitome of what all people should be. He's not braggadocious. He's been posed questions by sports reporters on TV and on podcasts and all that stuff that try to focus on him, and he deflects those off to talk about his teammates, to talk about his players. Team goals come first.
This guy ran for nearly 2,000 yards and threw for nearly 2,000 more yards. For those who are as old as I am and played Nintendo's Super Tecmo Bowl, he was Randall Cunningham-like in those numbers this season on the field. His play earned nicknames from the primetime crew that Matt Kane already left, I guess. But he earned some nicknames of Houdini and Superman, us on the air this past season. And I know that this is not a career award, but a season award, but he's got some gaudy numbers that I have to go over here. 51 total games played, 46 starts. He completed 505 out of 820 pass attempts for 6,628 yards and 61 touchdown passes. He also had 654 carries for 5,528 yards and 90 touchdowns. Basically rewrote all of the offensive numbers for the long storied history of this school. This year's recipient is Chino Thomas Navarrete.
Okay, we should be finishing with the school song. I hope that's where Laura and them are going. Okay, so we're going to do the school song and then we will be done. Thank you all for being here this evening. Don't forget to grab your posters. Yes, I need those plaques. Thank you, Tobo.
Good, good. Hey, come right over. How are you? Oh, look, they're here. It's right here. Wait, go with Jesse.
It's already a picture.
No, with the girls. With the girls. You have to push with the girls.
Oh, this one? You know my face on it? I don't think it was for me, but I'm right there. You're gonna drop this. You're not holding it. You're not holding it.
You don't get to do what often?